hair is too crazy. God damn. It's the weekend. Woo. All right, we good? We good. What's going on, guys? If you are watching this video, it is because you never had braces when you were a kid and now you're all grown up and you notice you have messed up grills, you want to get that shit fixed, and now you're debating between Invisalign or braces. So Invisalign is essentially braces without metal wires, and instead of having metal wires sewn through your teeth, through your mouth, you get plastic retainer thingies. Right now I'm on my 41st tray, I guess you would call it. So I've had these for about 41 weeks because you get one tray per week that you have to switch out. Let's talk about pain. Everyone's a little bit different. Everyone's situation is a little bit different. Some people, I mean, I've watched a couple of YouTube videos and some people were saying that, you know, their experience has been horrible the first couple of weeks or first month or whatever, have been super painful for them. For me, I just had to get 2 teeth fixed. As you can see, it's fixing itself. Then I had a premolar that was essentially in the same position, which I ended up removing. Talk about that in a minute. When I first got my Invisalign put in, there was essentially no pain for the first 48 hours. And then after the first 48 hours, that's when my teeth, all my front teeth, actually got really sore to the point where it was actually painful for me to pull up my retainers. That pain actually only lasted for 2 days. After 2 days, pain was gone. But like I mentioned, you get a tray every week, and Sundays are my days where I switch them out. And so for the second week, when I put in the second pair of retainers, the pain was pretty much instant, and that lasted for the first 2 days. After that, I mean, once I was on my third tray, the pain was not really there anymore every time I switched out. The only other issue that I had with this was for the first 2 months, actually, the tip of my tongue was always getting cut up. Because this was pretty much foreign to my mouth, my tongue was always drawn to it, and I was always pushing at the bottom part of the braces, which ended up cutting it up. That wasn't very fun, but you know, after a little while you get used to it. That shit doesn't really happen anymore. So let's talk about why I pulled up my tooth, my premolar. The biggest mistake that I've made, and I hope no one else makes the same mistake that I did, which is why I'm sharing this with you guys. So if you're someone like me who doesn't have dental insurance that covers cosmetic procedures, you want to shop around a bit, because this stuff it gets expensive. For me, actually, I mean, this cost me $6,000. You know, see which doctors would offer you the best solution, maybe even for a better price, because I mean, these things are not cheap. One of my biggest mistakes was that at first, you know, you drive around town, you see many different dental offices offering braces or Invisalign, whatever it may be, and you get a free consultation. So I went to 3 of those dental clinics, offices, whatever you want to call them, and they all pretty much told me the same thing, that I am not a prime candidate for Invisalign, and they said that there was too much crowding in my teeth, and they didn't even know if metal braces would work for me, which is kind of weird, don't you think? So with that in mind, I went online to search up other doctors or orthodontists that do offer Invisalign, because I really wanted Invisalign. I was set on it, and I came across this dental office that was downtown, and apparently they were the first in town to ever offer Invisalign. So the thing with that is that there are not too many reviews on Google about these practices, and the few that they're all positive. And sometimes you think that, you know, maybe they're not genuine, maybe they're not from legit people. So it's kind of a bit sketchy. So you kind of have to go in, you know, talk to the staff, talk to the doctor, and just gauge it by that. So I went to this clinic, and you know, we had x-rays done and everything, and they were telling me that Invisalign would work for me, but they would only do the front teeth, so from fang to fang. My back premolar that was pushed in, they gave me pretty much the option of just pulling it out. So, you know, that I wasn't too happy about that, but at the time, you know, I was sort of in a rush because I did have dental insurance. I was just laid off, and you know, so after I was laid off, I had 8 weeks to use up the rest of my dental insurance, and I was pretty much on my 5th week, and you know, pulling out that tooth was gonna cost me about $300. So I was like, okay, fuck this. You know, I've had 4 doctors tell me that that tooth is gonna most likely have to be removed in order for me to get my teeth straightened. So I went ahead and did that. I got it removed. I lost a perfectly good fucking tooth. No, I wasn't ready. Went back to the clinic to get my braces, well, my Invisalign, and everything just seemed off. The chick that was helping me out, she seemed really salesy and pushy, and what I mean by that is, when I was there, she was like, okay, so this is the price, but if you jump on it today, I'll give you 5% off. And I was like, okay, what about if I could do 10%? And she's like, okay, but you have to sign to it right now, today. And right when, you know, when she said that, I was just like, you know what, this is too salesy for me. And the fact that you're only doing my, you know, fang to fang and not the whole set, you know, I'm not too convinced. So here I am, unconvinced about getting Invisalign from this office, and I already have my tooth removed. Fuck. I tell my buddy about this, and he told me to go see his orthodontist. And this guy, like I trusted him because in high school his nickname was Crocodile Mouth because his teeth were so jacked up, but now they're super perfect. So I went to go see the orthodontist that fixed his teeth, and the initial consultation was $70. So I paid that, and lo and behold, they tell me that Invisalign would work for me, and I didn't even need to remove that tooth. So I guess to take home from this, you want to go see actual orthodontists. You want to go to actual orthodontic clinics that only specialize and only do teeth straightening, and not dental offices that offer braces. Okay, there's a big difference. There's dental offices that offer braces, and there's orthodontists who are trained, you know, to work with all types of messed up teeth and get them fixed. So that's that. You know, do your research, search around, call around. You know, see. I would say see probably 3 orthodontists before making a decision. So here are the reasons why I chose Invisalign and what I believe the pros are when you use Invisalign versus braces. So the first one would be the aesthetics, right? You don't have, you know, silver brackets in your teeth and like a unsightly metal wire going straight through your grills. You have a clear plastic retainer. You never have to worry about food getting trapped in here, because when you want to eat, you pull it out, and even when you're done eating, you can brush your teeth and you can actually floss in between your teeth. The other reason is that because it is a plastic retainer, you don't have the risk of having a wire pop out and slicing up your shit. You know, you don't want that. That shit's not fun. I've seen it happen to a lot of people, and they had 2 options: fill the tip up, fill the tip up with wax, or you can clip it off, and but then you'd have to go see your orthodontist right away. With Invisalign, obviously it's plastic, there's no wires to worry about, so you're good. Before I go on any further, I just want to make note that I am not sponsored by Invisalign. However, if you guys want to sponsor me, contact me, and I'll be more than happy for a sponsorship. So another pro for me is that you get to switch these out. Well, I mean, you have a new one for every week. So I mean, at the end of every week, these things do get a little bit stained. You know, it happens, you can't really avoid it. And in that case, you know, you just switch it out. You get a clear one, fresh one every week. Don't have to worry about the stains too much. And also, it is very convenient if you have Invisalign and you want to travel, just because you see the orthodontist less frequently. I mean, for me, they give me enough retainers for about 1.5 to 2.5 months. So if I'm, if I want to travel for about a month, I don't have to worry about going to the orthodontist while I'm in the middle of my trip or whatever. And even then, the great thing is that if you are traveling, let's say you're out eating and you misplace the one that you're currently wearing, you have whatever supply left. I mean, you just put in either the one that you wore the week before, or depending on how far along in the week you are, say you're within the first half of your new week and you lose that retainer, you just put in the one from last week. Or if you're at the end of your week, towards the end of your week, you just put in the next one. You don't have to worry about ending your trip early just so you can go see your orthodontist. So one of the biggest cons with Invisalign is that you have to take it out every time you eat and every time you want to drink something that's not water. It does get kind of tedious, just because you're supposed to brush your teeth after every meal, and you're supposed to brush your retainer after every meal as well. That's one of the things that I really don't like about having Invisalign. The other thing is that not all of them are made equal. You will most likely get one or two, well in my case two, that are off. And what I mean by that is there was the first one that I had, after wearing it for 5 days or so, it felt like it was already like broken down, the plastic. It was all soft and it left this nasty chemical taste in my mouth, and that was not pleasant. Let me tell you that after I was dying to get rid of that one, so on the 6th day I actually switched it out. The other thing too is that I have had some that were, I don't know what the hell the deal was, but when I tried pulling it out, it ended up snapping in half, and it wasn't even with much force. So I'm not saying that it's not happening to every single one of them, but I guess it's bound to happen when you have over when you have over 100 sets of these things. At least one of them is bound to be a rogue or a reject that just happened to get into your tray. Another issue that I can see people having with these is that it does give you a lisp. It gives me a lisp anyways, but I don't really mind it. I don't really care. But I know some people would be really self-conscious about that. So just a warning. Anyways, if you are debating between braces and Invisalign, personally I would go with Invisalign. They're about the same price. The time frame for getting my teeth straightened was exactly the same. Just figure out what you really want and what you think will work best for you. And before I go, I'll show you just how you put these in. So at first it's a little bit awkward, but after doing it a couple times, you don't even need to look in the mirror to put it in. So for me, this one's for my top grills. So as you can see, I have nubs in my teeth. I have nubs that are glued onto my teeth, and that's what this snaps into. And so you just want to line it with your teeth. And you want to hear the click. You want to hear the snap. If you decide to get this, your orthodontist will walk you through everything. It's pretty basic. And the bottom. And what you want to do when you get them both in, you hear my list now. You want to bite down hard, just to make sure that it's fully snapped on. But even if it's not fully snapped on, you'll know it'll feel off. Anyways, I hope this video was helpful for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions about Invisalign, just leave it in the comment box down below, and I'll respond to you down there. Or if I get enough questions, I'll do a Q&A video. Until then, peace. Check him out. Oh, I named him Alexander. Poor guy. No, you were supposed to be in my mouth. No, I'm not gonna do that. That's fucking nasty.